Hello guys, welcome back to another short video on Python. In this video, we will learn the basics of building a simple GUI in Python with TKinter. We'll learn how to create labels, entries, text widget, text box, radio buttons and a clickable button all in few lines of code here. To start with, the first thing which we need to do is we need to import the TKinter in our application as this comes inbuilt in Python installation, so you don't need to install any other libraries for this one. So once we import this one, I will add a alias name for this one as TK. Once this is done, we need to set up a main window for that one. Add the code root is equals to tk dot capital T small k. So this will set up a main window for us. Then we'll add one title for this one. For that one, you can add root dot title, and within open and close bracket and within the double quotation you can mention the title which you want to mention for your application. So for this one I will add basic tkinter elements. Once you are done with the basic setup, now we can start adding one by one. Our first widget which we want to add is label. So labels are very useful for adding the static text in our GUI. To add label, we can use the label method in the tkinter, and we have attached this one to our main window. And to give a text to this label, you can use the property text is equals to, and within double quotation you can mention the text which you want to show in the label. And in the next line of code we have given some padding for this label by using label.pack, and we have mentioned as paddy is equals to 5. This will help us to mention the padding for this label. The next element which we want to add here is entry widget. So entry widget is nothing but a single line text field where user can input their text. So it's perfect for short sentences where you want to get some inputs from the user. Similar to label, if you want to use this entry box, you can make use of tkinter and you can add dot then entry, as this is an input box and we don't need to mention any text for this one. And we are attaching this one to the same window here, and we are providing some of the padding, that is 5 pixel, to the entry box. Similarly, you can add the next element, that is text widget. Text widget is similar to entry box. In text widget we can add multiple lines instead of where in our entry box there is only option for one line. In text box we can add multiple lines, and as we want to add multiple lines we can provide the height and width for that text box. And the next type of element which I want to add here is checkbox. So these checkbox buttons are very useful when you want to collect some of the information from user, just like if you want to use it for yes or no choices. To add this one in your application, you can use check button of tkinter, and similarly you can provide some of the label for that one. For that one you can use text is equals to, and within the double quotation you can mention the label or text which you want to show it to that one. And here we have created one int where to store the state of this check button. So this will be 1 if user clicks on that one, or if it is checked, otherwise it will be 0. And we are storing that one in the variable check underscore where, and we have attached that one to our checkbox back here by using the variable is equals to checkbox. And the next type of element which I want to add here is radio button. So this is another common type of element which we find in many of the forms. Similar to checkbox button, you can add radio button by using tk's dot radio button, and we have attached this one to root, and we have provided text for that one as option 1. And in check button, as it stores the value 1 or 0, but when we are using a radio button usually it will be a collection of different options, so it will be in the form of groups. So we have used two radio buttons here, and for each radio button we have given a value. For the first radio button we have given a value as 1, and for second one we have given a value as second. When user clicks on first button, the value of radio underscore var will be 1, and similarly if user clicks on second button, 2 value will be stored in radio underscore var, which we are going to use later point of time. So and the final element which I want to add here is button. So this is one of the widely used element of form. We can use TK's button to create a button in our application, and we can give a label for that one. And here you can observe another property which I have given here is command. So this command will help us to call a functions for buttons. Here I have mentioned one function by name on underscore button underscore click. So when this button is clicked, this function will be called. So currently we don't have this function. So let me copy this one. And before this button, let me create one function by name on button click. In this function, let me add some of the code here. Here I have added some of the code. So the first message which I will show it to the user is button clicked. That's the information will be shown to the user when a button is clicked. And the next one is we have created an entry text in our window. So we'll get that value and we'll display that one along with the message entry text. Similarly, we'll get the value of text widget, check button and the radio buttons value. So once this is done, the final thing which we need to do always in our TKinter is we need to add root dot main loop. So this keeps our window open and responsive and it will wait for the user for interaction. That's it. Now save our script and run it. Now you can see we got a TKinter window. Here we have single line of text, then multiple line of text, and we have a checkbox. So let me check this one and select option 2 and similarly add some of the text in single line of text box and in multiple line text box as well. So let me copy this one multiple times and at the bottom we see we have a button here by name click me, and as we have defined a function in our code, on click of this button it should display all the values which we have selected here. So let me click on this one. Now you can see in our run window we got the message button click at the starting, then the text which I have entered in single line text box and multiple line text box that is being displayed here, and the value of check button and the radio button that's also displayed here. So that's it. With few lines of code we have built a simple interactive GUI in Python. So you can try it with different options here and make a combination of different types of elements and build a form. That's it guys for this video. Thanks for watching this. If you have any questions or want to see more coding tutorials like this, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more coding.